obviously got loads and loads of experience and lots of really good advice about your equipment and your mental focus and what you need to be thinking about when you're playing badminton. So I know it's really difficult to work out on a Zoom call how we all interact and chat, and but Ali's asked me to come and have a chat with you about badminton. And yes, he and I met doing our level 1 coaching course, and I thought I'd start off by telling you about why I played badminton, okay, and how I got into badminton. So I actually didn't start playing badminton first. It wasn't my first racket sport. I actually started playing squash, but my geography teacher played badminton at lunchtime at sports hall. And so I started to play badminton, and it became really apparent very quickly that I was better at badminton than I was at squash, although I wasn't bad at squash. And obviously playing badminton and squash are both racket sports, so that was, a good hand-eye coordination was important for both. And my parents played badminton, but they'd never thought to take me along to their badminton club when they played during the week. So I didn't actually start playing until I was at secondary school. And my geography teacher thought I could play, and we started to play against other schools. And then I was entered into a local tournament. And at the local tournament, there was a guy there who was watching the tournament, and I won a few games, and he happened to be one of the coaches that fed into the county squad, the junior county squad, so he invited me along to training, and Brian was his name, and I will never forget him because he taught me so many things, because I went along to these 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour sessions on a Sunday at a local school, and we did drills. And they seemed like really boring at the time, but it got me hitting the shuttle hard and managing to get a clear from the middle of the court to the back of the court, and then from the back of the court to the back of the court. And once you can clear from the back of the court to the back of the court, you create space when you're playing. And so all of these things that seem like really, really boring when you're playing the same shot over and over and over again were really, really helpful. So I carried on playing at school. I got into the county squad. I then started to play county matches for Middlesex because I lived in North London. I went to the inter-counties tournament, ICT, you might hear about, when you're aged 16, 17 years old. It was 5 days away playing intensive badminton. It was incredible. A lot of those points that Marvin was making about tournaments are so important because you have to make sure you've got enough kit. Socks are so important, and shoes are important, and a towel in your bag so that you can wet it and step on it and make sure your feet don't slip on the floor is so important. But anyway, I went to play international counties tournament, loved it. And what's so important to me as a coach for you guys is that it's really important to first of all have fun, but second of all to be kind and be fair. So if you're a really good player playing against someone who's not so good, you must play properly, because the other player won't get any better if you just pat it backwards and forwards to them. But by being fair and being kind at the same time, you don't have to smash it down their throat and make it unenjoyable for the person they're playing against. You just play a proper match. So I hope you understand what I mean about that. It's very important to win fairly, but kindly. Because the person that you're playing against, as Mervyn was saying, one day might be playing you, they might become better, and then they will play you, hopefully in the same way that you have played them. And if the shuttle is out, it's out. If it's in, it's in. If it's on the line and you're not sure, play a let, okay? If you get a reputation for always calling a shuttle out when it's in, no one will want to play you. And then you have no social life because you are also excluded from the bigger group. So I think it's really important to play fair all the time too. Badminton is also, for me, a thinking game. So when you learn to start playing badminton, and when we do drills, and I was talking earlier about doing clears, where you clear backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards, and then you get stronger and stronger, and eventually you can clear from the back to the back and create space. That might seem like really boring stuff. And also you're hitting to each other, okay? But badminton, when you're playing matches, is not hitting to each other, okay? You have to hit it in the space. Sometimes you have to create that space, so you have to use your brain. If I push them back, then I create a space at the front. So it's really important to hit it into a space, with one exception, and that is sometimes when you play a body shot, okay, when you hit it at somebody's body, but generally you're hitting it into a space, Okay, so you've got to think spatial awareness when you're playing. You've got to be consistent. So it's over and in, into a space, and anticipate what a shot your opponent is going to play back at you, so that you can be there already to play an attacking shot. So that's how you improve your game, and that's how you get better. And you will find with badminton that when you play it, you may plateau, and plateau means is where you don't feel like you're getting any better. You're not getting any worse, but you're not getting any better. But stick with it, okay? Try something different. Try and ask your coach for tips to how you can improve your game, and then suddenly something will click. Maybe your backhand will become better. Maybe you'll use your grip better to play a better backhand. You've been maybe doing it wrong for a while, and then that will allow your game to go up a level. So you will find your game will do this and go up at different levels, but don't be disheartened when that happens, okay? And I think the other thing that I would say to you as a tip is that Mervyn touched on it. It's so important to look after your feet in every way in life. Sauerkraut insoles are fantastic. I never used them when I was playing badminton when I was younger, but I did use them when I joined the military, and I was marching in boots that were horrible over miles and miles and miles and miles and miles, and they protected my knees, and I wish I had done that later when I played badminton. So important, because your feet are looking after your whole body all of your life. All of your weight goes down through your spine and through your legs and through your feet, and if your feet are good and you look after your arches and you stretch properly, then throughout the range of your life you will not suffer injuries, and you will, and as I said right at the outset, I think badminton is a sport for life. My 90-year-old auntie in Scotland is still playing badminton, and she is only fit and healthy and probably 90 years old because she's still playing badminton. It's so sociable. It's a great way to make friends, stay fit, and brilliant. Okay, I'm going to leave you with one final thing, okay, which is I suffered an injury when I was playing badminton. I was playing a single semi-final, combined services level, and I went up for a smash, and I landed it. Well, as I launched off the floor for a jump smash, my Achilles tendon ruptured. Heard it bang. Okay, it's a horrible injury. Horrible injury. I was taken to hospital. I had to have surgery. It took me months and months to recover. It took me years to get back playing. I am back playing now, but what I say to you is look after yourself, okay? Look after yourself through this young phase of your life. You are young. You will not need to warm up. You will not need to stretch now because your bodies are young and they repair themselves. But if you do not do it now, you will not get the good habits that you need as you get older. So it's so important, even though you physically probably don't need to do it. Okay, and many coaches will tell you the reason they tell you do is because you need to have those good habits. And if you get those good habits now, and especially cool down stretches when you come up after a match. It doesn't matter if your opponent's not doing it or if you think you look silly. You will not, because you will protect your body to play another game. Okay, so it's so important. Make sure you warm up and you cool down stretch, because particularly when you like to go on and play long tournaments, you could be on and off and then you think, oh, I haven't got time. It's so important. Okay, that's it from me.
Thank you very much. Bye.